Hello, Captains! Before we begin this video, I want to give a shout out to Jeff. His @name is Rescue Ranger TS. A big shout out to Jeff because he has provided a ton of new gear and hardware for our Centurion level that we are currently at in Star Trek Online. So, this is, of course, my Reman character on Star Trek Online. He is a tactical officer. This is the Romulan Faction, and this is New Romulus. As you can see behind me, I am recording this now that the 8th anniversary is live, so this recording does intercept with the 8th anniversary of Star Trek Online. As such, I am going to play the new featured episode on our character, but not just yet. I want to play it first on one of my main characters, do a let's play on it, and then I will be doing the mission. So the new featured episode mission that's available right now is called Scylla and Charybdis, and that is what we can play as of a Centurion level 10, and we are 12 now. So we are able to play the new featured episode, and I don't know what the rewards are yet. I haven't looked at it, but again, I'm going to do a let's play of it on one of my main characters first and record a video about that. And then I will come back probably several videos from now on this character and do that mission on this character as well. I do want to do it because there might be some good rewards we could benefit from even at our lower level. You never know. But that's where we are now, is we are a Centurion level 12. In the storyline, in the last video, we finished From the Ashes. So we are completely done with From the Ashes storyline. We're starting a new one called Allies. This says, the return of a former friend leads you into conflict with allies of the Romulan Republic. Keep in mind, we are KDF aligned, so we will have KDF missions, and everything will be following a KDF or Klingon kind of playthrough. Again, my character is a bit on the evil side. He wants power and glory and all of that, so I will try to roleplay that as best I can. Game options in this game really don't lead a certain way. It really doesn't matter what you choose, but I'm going to try it anyway. Now, on to the updates. I have several big updates I made from the last video that we need to talk about, because from that last video I was only doing Mark II stuff, and I said I was going to take some time off camera and upgrade all my stuff. Well, I have, and thanks to Jeff for giving me all of the hardware that has made this possible. So now I have all Mark IV gear. So that's what you get at Centurion level, which starts at 10, of course. 10 through 20 is all level 4, Mark IV gear. And he was so kind to not just give me Mark IV gear, but also very rare gear, which means it's got modifiers added to it, which is just going to be, for the level of the game I'm at, which is just level 12 right now, we're very low level, I've got some awesome gear. So everybody in the comments, thank Jeff for all this wonderful gear I'm about to show you on my character. Alright, so here is my character, Omega, and here's what I've got on him now. I've got a Mark IV tactical kit with HP, which is hit points, will, and weapon criticals. So that's 11.2 willpower, 11.2 weapon criticals, and 11.2 endurance training. Increases maximum hit points, improves critical chance and severity with weapons, and a resistance to ground control effects. So that right there just instantly makes me better. Then I have a Mark IV energy dampening armor with HPP, Fizz, and Reg SH. So a plus 7.7 physical damage resistance rating, a plus 33.2 kinetic damage resistance, plus 25.5 energy damage resistance, gives a 5% chance to heal 26.7 hit points when receiving damage for 5 minutes, and a plus 4.7 shield regeneration every 4 seconds. Holy crap. I mean, this is way more than I need, honestly, but I got it now. Shields, Mark IV. with very rare. That means I've got capacity, dis, and reg, regeneration. I've got a maximum shield capacity increase. I've got rapidly regenerate after not taking damage, regenerates 3.2 shield capacity every 2 seconds, and reduces disruptor damage by 20%. Now, on the weapons, I actually went ahead and used my own weapons here. I have, from previous playing different things or whatever, I have the Mirror Universe Phaser dual pistols, and I've never used these before. So I reclaimed these from, I think, the Dilithium store, and then you go to Reclaim here. I reclaimed them from here, my Mirror Universe Phaser dual pistols. I'm guessing I'll be able to reclaim them at each level and get new, higher levels of it. Or I could upgrade them. Either way, I've never used the Mirror Universe Phaser dual pistols before, so I wanted to just try it on this character. I felt it made a lot of sense story-wise, since I'm going with that kind of character. But in the interim that I don't like them, if I don't end up not liking them, I haven't used them yet. So if I end up not liking them, I have an anti-proton high-density beam rifle, which I know I do like. I've used that in the past, and that would be a great weapon right now at Centurion level. So that's what I got weapon-wise. We'll see we'll see if I like these Mirror Universe Phaser dual pistols or not. If not, then I'll just go to the anti-proton weapon. Either way, it should work good. So that's my basic setup here. Oh, I've also added a ton of tactical kits, modules. He gave me, I've got Stealth Module Mark IV, and I've also got Plasma Grenade Mark IV, and I put on here myself, I've got Ambush Mark IV, Rally Cry Mark III, and then Suppressing Fire Mark IV. So I'm decked out now on kit modules. I don't need any more for this level of gaming. I'm set. I'm good. I've got plenty of ground bridge officer powers right now. Also, I have completely restructured my bridge officers. So what I'm about to show you is a completely new lineup of bridge officers that were not there before. I still have some of the old ones like Tovan Kev and Satra, Viril. I got rid of some, and I have got some new ones. So number one, I decided, you know what? I want a Pharasian this time. I've never had one, and I wanted one. I've never been able to use one before because when I played my other characters on the Klingon side, I just never had purchased one. So I went to the C-store and I went to Personnel, Bridge Officers, and here's a Klingon Pharasian Bridge Officer. And I bought one. So here that person is. Which one is it? Miss Kitty. How adept there. Miss Kitty is my new Pharasian Bridge Officer. Look at those teeth. So there you go. I now have a kitty cat on board. She's like half purple, half blue. So she is KDF, of course, and I got an engineering bridge officer, so she's going to be my engineering bridge officer. I've upgraded her as much as possible right now. And I also have on her an energy dampening armor Mark IV, HPP, Fizz, and Platet on this one. And then I have a Mark IV shield dis in reg on this one. And then a Mark IV plasma high density beam rifle on her. So again, items that Jeff gave me, but I was able to put these on my bridge officers. So all my bridge officers have Mark IV very rare armor, shield, and weapons. And then also, I've got a Tribble. I've got a Kelvin Timeline Tribble. Removes all previous Tribble buffs, plus 2% bonus all damage for 3,600 seconds, and plus 2 all damage resistance rating for 3,600 seconds. Now, I bought these Kelvin Timeline Tribbles myself. I think somebody else might have gifted me one in mail as well. And I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I'll look it up in the future. Actually, what happened was I didn't see yours in time. I went ahead and bought a whole thing of Kelvin Timeline Tribbles, and then realized you had sent me some Kelvin Timeline Tribbles too. So let me know if you want me to send those Kelvin Timeline Tribbles back to you or not. But I did end up buying my own before I saw that you had sent me some, and you know who you are. So just mail me if you want those back or not. But anyway, I am using Kelvin Timeline Tribbles on my bridge officers. So this is my Pharasian, this Kitty engineering She has all ground traits: lucky, superior predatory, superior telepath, sure-footed. And in terms of skill, we'll go over that in a second. Next down the line, I have a robot. This is actually an android. I have that ability to claim an android. For some reason, I don't know what I did in the past, but I did something where I'm able to have an android on any of my characters. So I grabbed this one. It's a android female that I'm using, but the traits are android, high resistance to toxic psionic radiation, confuse and placate, resist all damage, bonus melee, a ton of stuff here. Also has reboot 2, revive self to 50% HP once every 10 minutes, superior acute senses, and superior creativity. Again, all ground traits, but these are mostly my ground bridge officers. So I also designed her as well, gave her purple hair, and she's got some pointy ears just to look a little unique there. But again, an android on my bridge officer team. So now we have a Pharasian and an android. And also Mark IV armor, shield, and weapon is here as well as a Kelvin timeline Tribble. And then I got 3 of 4. He is my liberated Borg Riemann male. I have this because I have the entire Legacy of Romulus pack, which gave me this. But if I didn't have this, I probably still would have purchased it, because I have the liberated Borg on my Federation characters, and I really like having that bridge officer, so I have one now on my Riemann character here as well. So it's liberated Borg, it's male. Traits here, it's got efficient for space, so that improves warp core efficiency. It's got mind drain, same as my Riemann power. Superior Borg nanites, because it is a liberated Borg. And then superior neuroblast, again, because it was a liberated Borg. So some unique ground abilities there as well. That should really help. And he is a tactical officer. So my robot, I forgot to tell you, is my science. In fact, she's going to be my healer. My android is my healer. And then my liberated Borg is another tactical. Tovan Kev, we still have him. I haven't got rid of him. He's still going to be on ground with us. And I just, upgraded him. Mark IV armor, shield, weapon, and Tribble, just like all the others. And then Satra, I put her to the wayside, and Viril, I put her to the wayside as well. They're not on ground, but on space, that might be a different story. Satra on space has Romulan operative, and people have reminded me this is an important trait for a Romulan to have, because it has plus 1.5% critical chance, plus 3.8% critical severity, and plus 10 power recharge speed for cloaking. So Romulan operative is a important space trait you might want to have. Viril has subterfuge, which is plus 2 defense rating, and after decloaking, plus 10% bonus damage for 5 seconds, and plus 150 to stealth. So these two characters actually would benefit me in space, although I'm not going to use them on ground. So what I have right now is this setup. I have Tovan Kev for space, 3 of 4 for space, Viril for space, Satra for space, and my robot for space. For ground, I've got 3 of 4, Tovan Kev, the robot, and Miss Kitty. So Tovan Kev, he has, on his traits, he has Romulan operative as well. So here's a character with Romulan operative slotted in the space, so I will get that trait for him. And then I've got Viril and Satra, which, as we just went over, has Romulan operative, and then Viril has subterfuge. So I've got 2 Romulan operatives in my space station with Tovan Kev and Satra, and then subterfuge with Viril, and then 3 of 4 has efficiency. So that's the warp core efficiency. And then my robot might not have anything. Yeah, the robot does not have anything for space. Hold on one second. My mouse just died. This is annoying. Gotta plug my mouse in. I forgot to charge the darn thing. There we go. Okay, how's that? That's better. So my robot does not have any space attributes, but I still needed a science in space anyway, another science. So that is my setup currently. And then for ground, of course, I've got Miss Kitty, the android, Tovin, Kev, and 3 of 4. So I should be very powerful on ground, and I should be very powerful in space, just based on traits alone. Also, I have totally re-engineered their powers, and I now have my robot doing, like I said, starting to be my healer. So I got a couple of healing things there, and then I have put some tactical abilities on these guys, and then Miss Kitty has shield recharge and a turret fabrication on ground. Now for space, I've got beam overload 2, and I've got a torpedo high yield, TAC team, emergency power to weapons 1, science team 1, and hazard emitters. Because right now, let's check out my ship build. Right now, I am going to be using beam weapons. Now Jeff did give me a full suite of dual heavy cannons. Or dual cannons. Dual heavy cannons and turrets. Now here's the problem though. I'm flying this Dial Warbird, and for me, flying this ship just seems to be a little slow for cannons. Even though it can support cannons, it's just a little slow. And by that I mean when you turn or are turning around to face the enemy to fire on them, with cannons you have to have a very narrow firing arc, and with this ship it's just a little harder to get in that arc. But with beams, they have a wider arc, and I can pretty much be wherever I need to be, and the beams just do a little bit better job. But I did put a turret in the back. So right now, it's a beam build on this ship. Now moving forward, I don't know, that may change. Like I said, we are limited a little bit on Romulan ships at earlier levels of the game. I don't want to use KDF ships, because if I was just going to do that, I might as well just roll a KDF character. I'm on the Romulan faction to use Romulan ships, so I'm going to use Romulan ships, no question about that. But I'm limited by what they have in the game in terms of Romulan ships. So if it's a slow turning ship, I may have to stick with beams until I get a ship that's fast enough for cannons. So right now, that's the case. So with the Dial Warbird, I'm going to keep beam weapons, and with that, I have a Mark IV plasma dual beam bank, accuracy, damage times 2. I have a plasma beam array Mark IV with damage. I've got a plasma torpedo launcher Mark IV with crit D, and then I've got a turret in the back Mark IV with crit D times 2 and crit H. And then, thanks to Jeff, I have a positron deflector array Mark IV. I've got shield healing, starship maximum hit points, improved shield hit points, improved control effects. I have an impulse engine, which is a combat impulse engine Mark IV with full times 2 and turn. Even though it has a turn buff, I still find the ship doesn't turn fast enough for me for cannons. In the future that may change, but we'll see. Then I have a new singularity core. This is a plasma integrated singularity core. It's got a ton of stuff, 100% plus 100% power transfer rate, a new maximum warp factor, plus 7.5 starship control expertise, improved plasma shockwave to target 20% chance disable one subsystem, and then a weapon power buff. Drains your singularity power to augment your weapon power. So that's nice. And then I've got a shield array Mark IV with capacity times 2 and Tetrion resistance. My red matter. I have a shield capacity console plus 10% maximum shield capacity. And then Mark IV very rare plasma infusers, which is plus 15% to plasma energy weapon to give me the most energy weapon damage. Now on this ship, the unique ability it has, this console, which we went over previously, is absorbs directed energy damage to singularity, plus 30 energy damage resistance rating for 30 seconds, 30 plus shield resistance, build 1 base singularity per incoming hit, 1 minute 40 second recharge. It's part of the enhanced defensive systems, but you need the sabotage probe launcher for that, and I do not have that. So we just have the one console on this ship. So we went over my stations. Now let's go over my traits. I redid my traits. I put on Soldier, which is plus 5 bonus energy damage, plus 10% critical severity. I've got my mind drain power for being a Reman. I've got covert plus 20% stealth exploit damage and bonus when flanking. And I added a strike team specialist, which means attacking targets gives plus crit chance, 40% chance of plus 2.5% critical chance when attacking. On space, I've got accuracy, plus 10% accuracy rating. I've got beam training for beam weapon damage. I've got plus 10% maximum hull hit points. And then I've got operative, which is plus 1 and 1% critical chance and plus 2% critical severity. Whew, it's a lot to go over, I know, but all of that is necessary so that you know what I'm running now and what's going on. Now, what I may do is make a special video about this ship. Now that it's all decked out, we can actually do that. So before I hit the next level, before I hit 20, which would be Romulan Subcommander, before I hit 20, I'm probably going to make a video somewhere throughout here, and just on this ship, and we'll take it off and do some patrols on it, just so I can show you what it's like in combat and that sort of thing. Now that'll make me level up a little faster, but still, I think it's worth it because I want to explore each ship I get at each level. And so I'm very interested in how the Dale Warbird actually operates now that we've got it pretty much maxed out on gear here, which is going to be quite nice. So I'm looking forward to that. I know that was a lot to cover, guys, and thank you for staying with me so far in this video. If you have, if you haven't and you skipped ahead to this part, then you missed a whole bunch of good stuff. But anyway, let's get to the next mission now. Finally, we've got allies, and we're going to do the price of neutrality. Neutrality is impossible even for those who live on the line between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. Greetings, Centurion. I have a new mission for you on behalf of the Republic. We have traced the Uridian freighter you rescued back to the Chaltok system. Years ago, the Chaltok system held a Romulan research facility studying polaric energy. It was nearly destroyed in a polaric energy explosion. Since then, a colony of Uridians has settled on the planet. Recently, it has become a hotbed of strife. This isn't the first incident we've had with the colony, and we suspect weapons smuggling is occurring. We have heard rumors of one weapons dealer in particular on Chaltok, a Reman. We'd like to make sure that none of the weapons there are going to be turned against New Romulus. We need the RRW Hand of Omega to travel to the Chaltok system and investigate these allegations. We will get a career-specific kit reward, body armor, and RCS and dilithium.
Jolan True.
So let's beam up. I feel completely ready to take on anything that this game has to offer right now. I mean, I am completely decked out right now. It's amazing, actually. It's absolutely amazing. Let me see, though. I think there's one thing I don't have on the hotbar I forgot to add. Yeah, this one. Singularity Weapons Capacitor. I forgot to add that. There we go. Everything else I should have already set up, so we're good to go. So here's all my new abilities that I have with this ship, which, by the way, here's my ship. I have Emergency Power to Weapons 1, Tactical Team 1, Torpedo High Yield 1, Beam Overload 2, Science Team 1, Hazard Emitters 1, and then I've got my Singularity abilities. I've got my Weapons Capacitor. It drains your Singularity power to augment your weapon power. And then I have my Cloak, my Brace for Impact. Here's my Singularity Inverter, which absorbs directed energy to Singularity. Here's my Alpha, Attack Pattern Alpha. Here's my Fireworks. Here's my Singularity abilities. I've got Plasma Shockwave 1. And I also have Quantum Absorption 1, which is actually kind of similar to Singularity Inverter. A little bit. But this one is Temporary Self. You gain temporary hit points and shield regeneration applied once and shield regeneration every 15 seconds. Whew, it's a lot, I know. And one final thing, here's my power levels. I'm at 110, 30, 20, 15. And I did join a fleet. I joined my fleet that I'm in and all my other characters. So don't bug me about joining fleets and that sort of thing. I joined a fleet. And so I am getting that little bonus from our fleet research lab. We're getting a combat performance boost, tier 3, from that. So just note that. One more thing. Here's all the stats. Stealth detection rating 6.30. Power transfer rate's at 300%, so we're great on EPS power transfer rate. 20,829 hull, 45% repair rate. Shields are 4329. Shield regeneration 97.3. No resists on anything just yet. Accuracy rating 10. Crit chance 6.5. Crit severity almost 60%. And my turn rate 21.6 degrees per second. And that's the turn rate. For me, I just didn't feel comfortable with cannons turning that slowly, but others, maybe you'll be fine with that. Again, it's a personal thing. We'll see how future ships go with turning and cannons. But right now, I'm just going to use this beam setup. I'm doing 672 DPS on the dual beam bank, 840 plasma damage. This one's doing 497 DPS. The turret's doing 354 DPS, 295 plasma, and the torpedo is doing 306.7 DPS kinetic and 1083 plasma damage. So that's where I'm sitting at. Let's go to the Chaltok system. I know that's a lot of updates and a lot of things to go over, but there really was a lot to go over. Like I said, I made huge updates since the last video, so that should make our Centurion gameplay experience here very good. All the way up to level 20, we should have a really good experience. Note as well, I am playing on advanced difficulty still, so everything is on advanced difficulty. This mission on advanced difficulty, so we are trying to challenge ourselves a little bit here. We are traveling warp 6.67. Definitely got a warp speed upgrade, which is welcome because it takes forever to get anywhere at lower levels. So that's very good. And I'm looking forward to ground combat and space combat. I mean, we are geared to the nines. We are ready. I can't think of much else to do to make me more ready. We could take on anything at this point, which I actually kind of like. I like being powerful. Again, we are playing advanced difficulty, so maybe that'll give me somewhat of a challenge. But still, I love being powerful. This is definitely a good build and a good setup we have going on right now. And I'm going to do this for every level. You know, when we hit 20 and we do the next starship, you know, same thing all over again. Mark 6 gear, all good stuff. Make ourselves as best we can. And yeah, like I said, I'll probably make a special video just for this ship. It'll of course make me level faster, but I think it's worth it to do a video for each ship that we get to just show some combat and show off its features and abilities and that sort of thing. That way you can see if you might want to fly it when you reach that level. But so far, I'm really enjoying this Romulan experience. We have come a far way really fast with the Romulan storyline missions. And a long load time. That's annoying. Here we go. Centurion, we have a visual on the enemy ships, but they do not see us. We can try to open a hailing frequency with them, or we can launch a preemptive strike. You should know, however, that any attempt at diplomacy will give them time to alert any other patrols. Hey, well, remember, we are playing... This specific character is power-hungry. He wants to take over and rule the universe, you know, and take everything for himself. He's going to go in and attack. Just straight up blow these suckers out of the sky. Don't even give them a chance. Yellow alert. We're ready to engage. We'll cloak. Sneak up on them. Alright, this is going to be fun. Wow. Gone. Incredible. Look at that. I barely took any damage. I like it. Now that's what I'm talking about, folks. That was fun. I mean, they just... Nothing. Nothing. Sneak up on these guys. Do the same thing. Don't really feel like I need to do my absorption yet or anything like that, but if we come across a big enemy, then I'll use my singularity inverter. Oh, he's taking a while to take down. That little guy was tough. That's a tough little guy right there. He actually did some damage to me. Whoa, he's gone. That was awesome. Alright, these guys I'm not even going to worry about cloaking. But I'm probably going to go ahead and use my singularity inverter. Nice. That was pretty fun right there. The area around the planet is secure, sir. Dropping into standard orbit. Sensors have picked up an area near a colony site on the surface that is being blocked from our scans. They're definitely hiding something. We'll beam down close to that area, but if I were you, I'd expect some sort of trap. We're getting my whole bridge officer team, so check it out, guys. This is my new bridge officer team setup. We've got Miss Kitty, a Pharazin. We've got my robot, which literally is an android. This is an android. We have Tovin Kev, and we've got 3 of 4, a liberated Riemann Borg. Liberated Borg Riemann. That is a heck. A heck of a good bridge officer team right there. I should have a powerful ground force for sure. A lot of abilities, a lot of powers. Miss Robot here, my android, is my healer, so she doesn't actually have any offensive weaponry in terms of powers. She just is going to heal us all, keep us all alive, which is good for an android to do because the android has a reboot function which keeps them alive. Centurion, we're able to get a better read on the colony now that you're on the ground. The colony seems to be primarily made up of Uridians. We're still not detecting any weapons, but our sensors are still being jammed by something on the ground. Our best option will be to ask the colonists for information. Question colonists. Let's look at my bridge officer team. Check that out. Looking good. I mean, I would not mess with me. I would not mess with this at all. This is awesome. Look at that. Whew. What does the Republic want? Go ask someone else. Friendly lots. Just leave me alone. Go back to your Republic duties. This guy's coughing. Well, they don't like me around here. Well, that didn't help. Well, they let me in. Speak to the Riemann leader. Oh, here we go. I'm a Riemann myself, so that should mean something, right? Lortrix.
We have nothing to hide.
Ah, another refugee of Romulus. Welcome. I am the leader of this small band. You may call me Lortrix. I assume you were behind destroying those Herodian ships around the planet. We're all very thankful for that. The Herodian have been bothering us for quite some time. I would hate to think what would have happened if you didn't arrive when you did. And what do you do here on this colony?
We're simply trying to survive.
We mainly supply merchant ships with various minerals, and we have a small ore refining operation. It's not much, but it keeps us alive. The Herodian have been harassing us for quite some time, unfortunately. They want to use our facility to manufacture weapons. You and I both know what will come of that, Centurion. And no one here wants to get involved in someone else's war. You understand, don't you? Well, I mean, I gotta say, I don't believe your story, Lortrix. I just don't. I'm sorry. I apologize if there has been something to make you distrust us, Centurion. My chief engineer is nearby. He's honest to the point of conflict. He and I have had our disagreements, but I can rely on him to always give his opinion. Why don't you speak to him? I'll walk with you. Very well. I'll speak to the chief engineer. Which is where? Literally just right over here. Greetings, Centurion. I overheard your conversation with Lortrix. I can assure you that the colony is not doing any sort of business with the Herodian. We can barely keep food in our mouths and the mine running, let alone to supply massive weapons for spaceships. I'm doing my best down here with limited resources, but at times even that isn't good enough. Just the other day we had an accident that destroyed half of our mining equipment, leaving us crippled until the next merchant ship passes through. Look, to be blunt, we're the ones that need help. We're not in much shape to help anyone else. I'll take that into consideration. Okay, investigate cargo. You find a cache of food. You find some ore. And what do we have here? Somebody's watching us. That's not a good sign. Investigate suspicious activity, huh? Your tricorder scan shows that the snow pile is not firmly packed. A tactical officer would be able to figure out a way to use this to their advantage. Really? A snow pile? Okay. Your tactical hide transporter beacon in the snow, if you say so. Accolade complete. Snow surprise. Transponder active. Okay. We did a thing.
Go ahead. Take a look around.
What do you want, Centurion? I'm not bothering anyone, I swear. You're acting awfully suspicious for someone not bothering anyone. I'm sorry. Look, they told me to send a message when you were done scanning the cargo. I don't know anything. I don't know why they told me that. All I know is that I see people using the consoles nearby. That's it. Use the console to get information. It's monitored by a security camera. You will need to deal with it first. Okay, security camera. I'm not a trained science officer. I can't do that one. See, do we need a fire on it? What do we do to take this out? Said we need to take out the security camera. Don't see a way to do that. Activate computer.
Unlock failed.
Yeah, because I need to disable the camera. I get it. If you disrupt, then the console could be hacked. What? If I disrupt the camera? You can disrupt its circuitry with your tricorder. I went over there, didn't do anything. Oh, now it is. Great. Centurion, tricorder scans are picking up a heavy concentration of electromagnetic and gamma radiation to the southeast of our location. According to this computer, the colony buildings in that area are residential dwellings. I find that unlikely. The amount of radiation I'm detecting would be unhealthy for most species. They're hiding something. Investigate building. I'm going to switch to my Mirror Universe pistols. I'm going to try them out. Like I said, I've never used them before. I want to see if they're any good, if we come across anybody. Well, that's certainly something. Yeah, that's not weapons at all. That guy was totally lying. Weapons my butt. Shipping manifest. This colony is supplying weapons to the Hirogen. They're receiving weapons from other colonies scattered about the neutral zone across the entire sector. And this present targeting information, some of these weapons could be used against Republic-friendly targets. Centurion, my tricorder just registered an odd low-band subspace signal. I think accessing this computer may have triggered something. Yep. We got Hirogen.
We have them trapped in the warehouse.
I knew,
Excellent.
Knew he was lying.
Activate the transport inhibitors to stop them from beaming out.
Called it.
Very well. Do you have any further orders?
Just stay out of our way while we subdue the prey.
Why are they working with the Hirogen? Alright, well, let's give my thingy here a try. Well, not the worst weapon in the world. Actually, not bad at all. I don't like the kind of firing mechanism it's using, but I'll keep using it for a little bit longer, see if I like it or not. That's pretty powerful, actually. Ow. I'm taking like hardly any damage from it though. Love it. Shoot the magnetic field console. Yeah, pretty powerful weapon, actually. Again, I'm on advanced difficulty here. And this is still really easy. Of course, I am well geared, but still. You'd think advanced would be a little bit harder. Well, maybe it'll get harder. We'll see. Defeat Lortrix. Here we go. Who's he talking to? Like nobody? Alright, anytime now. He fell down. That was actually really simple. Really easy. Yeah, these mirror universe weapons, they look cool. I don't like the way they fire because I don't like this bolt type of firing. But they are pretty powerful. I've got to give it that. They definitely are pretty powerful weapons.
You cannot understand the choices we must make.
Erg, you're good, Centurion. Very good. But do you think this will change anything? I spit on you and the Republic, traitors to your own people, to die like this. Why are you doing this? You terrorists, you care nothing for the common people. The Tal Shiar, they protect us, make us stronger. You either choose a side or you die. Surrounded by the dogs of war, supported by no one. Even in death I stand, by my choice. Leave me to die. I gotta do what my character would do. Me personally, I would take him to sickbay, but my character, he's gonna let Lortrix die. He's like, leave you to die, sir. Centurion, a situation is developing. We are tracking multiple enemy ships on approach at high warp and estimate they will be in the system within a few minutes. For your safety, we'd like to request that you return to the bridge immediately. Alright, more space combat. I am very powerful on the ground. Either that or those enemies were just really easy, even on advanced. And that mirror universe weapon is very cool. I just don't like the bolt action of it, but the weapon itself is pretty powerful. I'll try it a few more times to see if I really like it or not. A few more missions. Alright, anytime now, game. Anytime now. Wow, load times are really bad right now. If I haven't mentioned it already, the 8th anniversary of Star Trek Online is online right now, so that could be causing some slowdowns. Centurion, the incoming fleet will be on us at any moment. Reinforcements will be here shortly, but not before we're under attack. There is one deactivated turret nearby. We could load it and use it to help us hold out until reinforcements arrive. Activate the turret and engage the enemy until help arrives. I think even without the turret we could do it, but yeah, we'll go ahead and activate this turret anyway. Here come the Klingons. Although, again, I could probably do it without their help, but here we go.
Ship is under attack. Target's shield has failed.
Yeah, this is reaffirming the fact that I do not want cannons yet. Whoa, hello. That wasn't too bad. Ah, the glory of battle. I am lucky to be assigned to you, Centurion. You know the joy of a good fight. Finish your business here. I will be patrolling for any stragglers. Brigadier General Gadan to the rescue. So remember, we are on the Klingon side, so it's the Klingons helping us, which seems a bit odd, but that's the way it is. Uh-oh. Someone's watching us out there.
Join us, and together we will save our people.
Omega, when you tripped our monitoring program, the Star Empire sent me to investigate. Our intel said you are part of the terrorist cell on Viranet, but your actions here suggest otherwise. I'm here to make you an offer. Renounce your terrorist allies, and come with me and fight for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire. I am authorized to grant you amnesty for your past crimes if you agree to serve the Empire again. If you agree, we would like you to remain within Datan's terrorist cell for the time being. He trusts you. The intel you could gather would be very valuable. The Empire rewards its loyal children well, but it also punishes its enemies. Consider your decision carefully, Omega. Ooh, Sharva. I like this. So, Tal Shiar, or Romulan Star Empire, I should say. Ooh, I want to join them. And I think my character probably would take up that offer. Join you? I don't even know you. Why have you been watching me?
Charva. You can't trust her. I know her too well for that. We grew up together. I was her friend. But that's all over. It ended the day she joined the Tal Shiar.
Why are the Tal Shiar watching me? Tovan Kev is with you? I should have known. You're one of us, Omega, a child of a lost world. The Tal Shiar keeps a close eye on this colony. When you started poking around in the weapons facility on Chaltok, you tripped one of our security programs. You saw what happened to Lordtrix. He sacrificed his heritage, his life, for what? To take orders from the Hirogen? I can't begin to fathom that, throwing away everything in exchange for something so small. I'm here to make sure you do not do the same. See, my character actually would not say this line. I have no reason to trust anything you say. My character would keep asking questions and trying to learn more about them. I would not actually say this. I have no option to say just this, but I technically would not say this. You don't understand yet, but you will. The Romulan Republic is a terrorist organization. Datan and his followers are inciting Romulans and Remans to take up arms against the legitimate government of the Romulan Star Empire. Think about it. The military and the Tal Shiar are the only means of guaranteeing security for those of us who survive the destruction. The military has the ships and the manpower. The Tal Shiar has the information and the intelligence network. This new homeworld Datan wants is an illusion. Why start over in contested space near the Federation and the Klingon Empire? Why would Datan choose a system in such a turbulent and dangerous area, unless he knew that he could guarantee that they wouldn't risk attacking him? He certainly isn't going to do that with pretty words. Again, I want to join her. Datan may have you fooled, but don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Why do you think that Chaltok is shipping weapons? And they're not the only colony world involved in those kind of operations. You think that this sort of business wasn't going on elsewhere? Perhaps even on Virinat, right under your nose? Datan's only showing you what he wants you to see. I can show you the things that the Republic is trying to hide. Believe me or don't. You don't have to trust me. Just trust the evidence. When you are ready to learn more, I'll be ready to show you. We encountered Hirogen. I thought they worked for the Tal Shiar. It's true. The Tal Shiar has employed Hirogen contractors from time to time for certain tasks, but the Hirogen are the Empress's allies, not her slaves. They are free to do what they wish. See, again, I wouldn't say I don't trust you. Conversation's over, but I have no choice. Centurion, the ship has gone to warp. Do you want to talk to Kev about the Tal Shiar now? I do.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close. There's a lot of history between us, but all that's really important is that we went separate ways. She thought that the Tal Shiar could ensure security for our people, and I didn't. It's just bringing up a lot of old feelings.
What do you know about Charva?
As I mentioned, we have a turbulent past. We grew up together. Once, I thought we might have a future together. Those were in the dark years after the destruction of the homeworld. We survived, but it tore us apart. I just wanted to make a new start. She was convinced that nowhere was safe. She kept talking about working with the military or the Tal Shiar. I argued that the only way we'd be safe was to be able to stand up for ourselves. There's a lot I have to say about Charva.
What do you think of her
As you may have guessed, I don't believe Datan is a terrorist. I think he's an idealist who's trying to come to terms with the chaos. Datan would never knowingly sanction violence, especially against innocents. He doesn't even like us fighting the Tal Shiar, although he sees the need. But Datan isn't the only person making decisions in the Republic. Maybe there are some people who see the Republic as their chance to have a little revenge. I don't know. I think there's a lot I have to say. I don't believe Datan. I think Charva is wrong about Datan and the Republic, but that doesn't mean it's outside the bounds of possibility that someone has taken things too far, or has a secret program that Datan doesn't know about. If she knows something that we don't, we should try to find out what it is. There's a lot I have to say. Well, Charva's not a bad person. At least she wasn't. But she is misguided. She's turned a blind eye to the excesses of the Tal Shiar, and she probably doesn't even know about most of them. The Tal Shiar are masters of propaganda, after all. I think that anything she tells us is going to be something that the Tal Shiar wants us to hear. We should gather our own evidence and draw our own conclusions. There's a lot I have to say.
Okay, we're ready to depart. So this mission pretty much opened up a whole new storyline here with Charva, the Tal Shiar, the Romulan Star Empire, as well as the Klingons coming to our aid, starting to get some more Klingon stuff as well. So this opens up a lot of new stuff here, so I like that.
The Tal Shiar is
Your findings are distressing, Centurion. I'll pass this along to Republic Command. As for Charva, I think the best course of action right now is to wait for her next move. If she's really desperate to make her case, she'll contact you again. If she does, keep me informed. Let's take our rewards.
Congratulations, Centurion.
And we are now a Centurion level 13. We're not going to do the next mission just yet. Let's actually go back to New Romulus. We have skills. I'm going to go ahead and put this in Impulse Energy Shunt. Get our full EPS abilities. Yeah, so this is an appealing storyline. I mean, it went from one thing already, as I was trying to mention earlier. In From the Ashes, we went from, joining, or escaping Virinat, joining this flotilla, doing a bunch of missions for Titan and this flotilla, seeking out a new homeworld, founding New Romulus and finding out about it. And now we've got this whole new thing that's starting about Charva and the Tal Shiar. And we've still got the Alachi out there. We can't forget about them. That's going to come up eventually. And then we've got Klingon stuff ahead of us as well. We've got a lot of good storylines starting to pick up here. And this is really neat. Really, really good storyline. But a lot has happened really fast for our character here. Now, as for the options that we can choose, again, there were a lot of options there I would not have chosen with this character. He would have actually chosen different things. He would probably have sided with the Tal Shiar. Unfortunately, that's not an option in the game, and you can only choose what options the game has, and they really don't have any bearing on anything, which is a shame. I wish you could pick a storyline and kind of choose and bend which way you want to go, and different paths and different things would open up along those ways. If that were true, that would be a very cool element of the game. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. But I will continue to play this character as mean as I can. That's about all I can do with the options present. So that was a very good mission, The Price of Neutrality. Next one is going to be called Memory Lane, so that should be interesting. Just a quick summary. I am very powerful, even on advanced difficulty. The ground battle was really nothing. It was just real easy. Now the space battle, I felt it getting a little bit difficult when there were a lot of ships around me. If you watch back on that one, you'll see that my health was going down and my shields were going down. So they were doing a lot of damage to me. I can do a lot of initial damage, but if I get overwhelmed, it could be a problem, even when I'm geared up to the max like I am. And that's just because I'm on advanced difficulty. They hit a lot harder, and they are more tankier than they would be on normal. So I'm appreciating the higher difficulty on space. I can tell a difference from normal. I do wish it was a little bit more harder, though. I could go to Elite, but on Elite difficulty, the problem and the thing I don't like about Elite difficulty is you take damage and you constantly have to be healing your damage with those injury things that heal your injuries. You take injuries, is what I'm trying to say, and you take them in space and on ground, and if you don't have a lot of healing things with you, that can be very bad, and it's kind of annoying to keep doing that. But so far, with the gear I have, advanced difficulty has not really been challenging for me. Now again, we're still right at the beginning of the game. I have to reiterate that. So maybe as we go forward, it will get harder. And so I'm going to keep it on advanced, and we'll see if it gets harder or not. Like I said, this is the first time playing the game on advanced from start to finish, and I want that experience. And so I'm going to go ahead and keep it on advanced just to see what that's like from start to finish. Heck, I may do another playthrough in the future where I do Elite. If it really is this easy all the way through on advanced, then I might do one on Elite. We'll see what happens in the future. I mean, that could be a thing, right? So we'll see. But right now, I just noticed from staring at this bright star right in your face. That's lovely. Y'all are all probably blind by now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for now, I'll keep it on advance, and we'll see where that goes. But anyway, this has been a fun mission. That was very fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And like I said, it is the 8th anniversary of Star Trek Online, and so I will be playing the featured episode on this character during this level of the game. And that's about all. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.